Ever wondered if you can just drain your PayPal account dry if you wanted to? Like, if you suddenly needed all your funds, could you just pull it all out at once? Or are there some secret limits lurking in the fine print? That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to explore the ins and outs of PayPal withdrawal limits, breaking down everything you need to know so you're never caught off guard. Now, before we get started, let's be clear. PayPal's policies can vary depending on your location, account type, and a few other factors. So, while we'll cover the general principles, it's always a good idea to double-check the specifics for your own account. You can usually find this information in your PayPal account settings or by contacting their customer support. Okay, so the big question, are there limits on withdrawals? The short answer is yes, but it's a bit more nuanced than that. PayPal doesn't typically impose a daily or per transaction limit on most withdrawals. You usually can withdraw your entire balance if you wish. However, there are some situations where limits might come into play, and that's what we're going to unpack. One of the most common reasons for withdrawal limits is related to security. If PayPal detects unusual activity on your account, say, a sudden and massive withdrawal that's out of character for your usual spending habits, they might temporarily restrict your withdrawals. This isn't meant to be a nuisance. It's a security measure to protect you from potential fraud. Imagine someone gaining access to your account and trying to siphon off all your funds. PayPal's systems are designed to flag these kinds of suspicious activities and put a hold on things until they can verify that the withdrawal is legitimate. Another instance where you might encounter limits is if your account is new or hasn't been fully verified. PayPal needs to confirm your identity and link your bank account or card before allowing you to make large withdrawals. This verification process usually involves confirming your email address, providing proof of identity, and linking your funding sources. Until this is complete, you might have some limitations on how much you can withdraw. Think of it as a probationary period. It's all about building trust. Now, let's talk about those funding sources. How you're getting money into your PayPal account can also influence your withdrawal limits. For example, if you've recently received a large sum of money from an unverified source, PayPal might hold those funds for a while before allowing you to withdraw them. This is again related to security and fraud prevention. They want to make sure the funds you're withdrawing are legitimate and not obtained through illicit means. Another factor that can affect withdrawals is the type of withdrawal you're making. While most standard withdrawals to your linked bank account are usually unlimited, within your account balance, of course, there might be limits on other types of withdrawals, such as instant transfers to a linked debit card. These instant transfers often have daily limits, and these limits are usually set by your card issuer, not PayPal directly. So, if you're trying to do an instant transfer and it's not going through, it's a good idea to check with your bank or card provider about any potential limits they might have in place. We should also touch on international withdrawals. If you're trying to withdraw funds to a bank account in a different country, there might be additional restrictions or fees involved. These can vary significantly depending on the countries involved and the specific withdrawal method you're using. PayPal will typically provide information about these fees and restrictions during the withdrawal process, but it's always wise to check their international withdrawal policies beforehand. Now, here's a crucial point. PayPal's policies can change. They might update their terms and conditions, introduce new features, or adjust their limits from time to time. That's why it's so important to stay informed and regularly review your account settings and any notifications from PayPal. Don't just assume that the rules are the same as they were last year or even last month. A quick check can save you a lot of hassle down the road. So, how can you avoid running into withdrawal limits? The best approach is to be proactive and get your account fully verified as soon as possible. Link your bank account, confirm your identity, and make sure all your information is up to date. This will not only increase your withdrawal limits, but also enhance the overall security of your account. Another good practice is to avoid making unusually large or frequent withdrawals, especially if they're out of line with your normal activity. If you do need to make a large withdrawal, it's often a good idea to contact PayPal customer support beforehand to let them know. This can help prevent your withdrawal from being flagged as suspicious and potentially delayed. Finally, always keep an eye on your PayPal account balance and transaction history. This will help you stay aware of any potential issues and catch any unauthorized activity early on. Regularly logging in and reviewing your transactions is a good habit to develop, regardless of whether you're planning to make a withdrawal or not. Now, let's address a common misconception. Some people believe that PayPal deliberately sets low withdrawal limits to hold onto your money and earn interest. While it's true that PayPal does generate revenue from holding funds, their primary motivation for withdrawal limits is security and regulatory compliance. They have a responsibility to protect their users from fraud and money laundering, and these limits are a part of that effort. So, to recap, while PayPal generally allows you to withdraw your entire balance, there are situations where limits might apply. These situations typically involve security concerns, account verification issues, funding source limitations, international transfers, and specific withdrawal methods like instant transfers. The best way to avoid these limitations is to fully verify your account, be mindful of your transaction patterns, and stay informed about PayPal's policies. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.